Yo, what up, street dogs, street gods, welcome in the house. Alright, some thoughts ready to conquer. So, I mean, a lot of random thoughts this morning. First and foremost, the smallest is always the best. Even with kids, right? Like when you got kids' toys, make a Lego Technics with your kid. Just build the smallest possible thing possible. And the upside of that is it allows you and affords you the opportunities to keep on innovating things new. All right, so the reason why I really like compression clothing, I like to think that clothing is armor. It's funny, the brand Under Armour, right? It's actually a very good concept that the clothing you wear is an armor. It's like a literal and also a metaphorical armor. And also the reason I like these Lululemon half legging tight compression things, yeah, it feels like I'm a modern day knight or armor warrior, right? Where you have the Vital Drive compression tights. Sen loves these, and you have the shorts on top of it, so you kind of have a double layer. Also right now I'm just wearing this, but if I pair it with a vest or another jacket or something, it's good. So also double is good. Even with Sen, right, whenever I put him in the early days, take on a long road trip, put him in diapers, right? The secret is double diapers, because it prevents for the poop explosions. And also another upside is it's just easier because you could quickly change him in and out. So yeah, I think in life, what is the point of life and living? Not to be in the house, but to be out here in the real worlds, to conquer metaphorically. I mean, some simple thoughts, right, is first and foremost, I do not believe that any epic attempting could be done without 8 to 12 hours of sleep a night. Last night slept around like 9:30. Woke up to like 8. And I feel much more recharged and replenished, and also good chance to shoot. And yeah, and I think one of the things that's really important, like shooting the architecture too, is when it comes to photography, yeah, the best way is to just jump out into the streets, take along your Ricoh GR3X camera. So yeah, and actually this is why smaller is better. You could take it, boop, front pocket, EK wrist strap, and it's good because smallest is always the best. And even the reason why I love the GoPro Mini, I mean, there's no annoying LCD screen. It's probably the best product that GoPro has made yet, and I kind of like. And also the reason why I'm actually quite anti-Tesla is like Sen loves going to the Teslas and checking it out and stuff. But the reason I've actually realized the bad thing is, one of the main reasons he likes to get into the Tesla is actually he just wants to go on YouTube and watch Blackpink, which is fine, but you know, all the related videos and stuff like that starts getting bizarre. I don't like it. Pro tip: use a new parent. YouTubies is essentially the devil. If you don't want to raise a mediocre kid, just don't give them YouTube. I've actually found that the best things to do as a parent is mostly via negativa, what not to do. So, you know, even moving forward, you meet other parents. I'm not gonna ask people advice. I'm gonna ask them for like negative advice, or like what not to do as a new parent. So for example, take your kid to the park. Just keep your phone in the glove compartment in the car and then play with your kid full time. A, it's safer, and B, you'll have more fun and you're more engaged. B, just never give your kid YouTubes. Pretty simple. Don't give your kid junk food and crap and sugar, and then everything else is pretty much upside. Even us new Silicon Valley elite, big thing is just the ideal is actually not even have a phone. I mean, actually my biggest flex is the fact that I don't have Instagram or whatever nonsense social media things, and you often differentiate yourself by what you don't have. Another thought too is a reason why it's good to have a smaller car is because, especially if you're living in the city, right, or you're traveling, whatever, you're always going to want to figure out a clutch place to park your car. And even if you're a quadrillionaire, right, I mean, most likely sooner or later at a point you're probably going to drive yourself, and it's kind of a physics thing, right? Is that if there's a super tiny parking spot that could only fit a super small car, it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, your huge SUV ain't finna to it. So even as a reminder, right, even if you're super duper rich, whatever, maybe it's still better to get like a Tesla Model 3. Yeah. Might be a good idea. Oh, also another funny thing too, I was like looking at the Tesla website. Am I the first person to realize that the Tesla Model X is essentially a lifted Tesla Model S? Tesla Model X is just a Model S on steroids. I'm like, am I the first to realize that? Another pro tip, when you're living in the city, one of the reasons why it's good to have a beater car is you could park it in the shady ass neighborhoods and you could care less. And actually the hilarity is the really rich people actually don't drive expensive cars. Only fake rich people drive expensive cars, because if you're really rich, you care more about your own security and your being able to stay low-key, and therefore in your privacy, and therefore as a consequence you're not going to drive a fancy car because you don't want to draw attention to yourself, because you don't want to get kidnapped or something like that, right? So for example, like if you're super rich in Mexico City, whatever, you ain't finna drive the Lambo or the 911 because you're going to draw too much attention to yourself. Better to pull up in a Honda Odyssey. I found out that actually the really rich people, they just tend to drive a Honda Odysseys for some reason or another. Always keep moving. Yeah, and big pro tip is, if you just need more inspiration or motivation or turbo thinking, the best thing is to just go on a walk. Take along your GoPro Mini to vlog out some thoughts. I would even say that going on a walk with your phone is actually a bad thing. Just go on a, just leave your phone at home. Nobody's gonna die. It's fine. It's remember the we all used to grow up without phones. So yeah, just leave your phone at the house. Go on a walk around the block. Take your Ricoh GR3X digital camera, your GoPro Mini, whatever halves use. Also, some thoughts I had about investments, right, is I think ultimately at the end of the day, the best investment you can make is actually yourself, self-investment. So what is self-investment? Self-investment is taking lots of small financial risks at the daily level to improve yourself. So for example, take the risk, buy some beef liver, get your cholesterol levels up to get your roids on, or even, you're curious, right? Just go around, check out some of the new gyms. Another pro tip I have is, it seems like a financially foolish idea to do a day pass because it seems like so much money up front, but maybe it's actually better if you're testing out a gym to just buy a day pass. Maybe even buy 2 consecutive day passes and just test it out. before you commit to the week pass or the month pass or whatever, or the year pass. And so I was thinking actually having too much foresight, too much financial foresight is actually not a good idea. So when people spend too much planning for the future, I actually think that's quite counterproductive. Maybe it's better to just plan at the day level. Maybe it's better not even to plan, it's just to take things moment by moment, minute by minute, hour by hour, etc. And yeah, and I think you know, I was also thinking, it's like, man, why entrepreneurship is my passion? Maybe for me, entrepreneurship is not really about making a business or making money or it's kind of more of like, it's kind of this fun, virtuous experimentation, right, with the world, etc. And trying to do or create or attempt things which is typically not done or attempted or done. And curious to just see how things will manifest. So I think ultimately with entrepreneurship, letting your own personal curiosity guide you seems to be the best